Maybe.
All right, we are live.
Yay!
And let's see. There we go. And I just turned on the comments. So if anybody wants to comment, now you can start. So we are live and we're here with Greg and Crystal. Crystal from Fiberartsy and Greg from Another Bibliophile Reads, two of our favorite channels. And we're here to talk a little bit about the book club, the New Worlds SF Book Club.
And to choose.
Hey, Matt.
Hello,
Yep.
Science Fiction Reads.
Yeah. And to choose our next book. And of course, that's done randomly. I mean, semi-randomly. We have 9 books left in the hat right now. And so somebody, hopefully somebody who's here today, will have their book chosen. This month, we are reading Little Brother by Cory Doctorow. Greg, you already read it, right?
I had finished it.
Okay. I have barely gotten started because things have been crazy around here. But that, and I've been reading The Count of Monte Cristo, which is...
Oh, Count of Monte Cristo is such a good book.
Oh, it's a great... we're loving it. Crystal, have you read that one?
No.
You haven't read The Count of Monte Cristo?
No, I haven't read that one yet.
You know what surprised me about it? We've talked to a lot of people who are afraid to read it because of the length. But good God, does this thing read fast?
It does. It reads. It's a very simple read. It's very accessible, which you don't expect that from the time period, but
yeah.
Well, Dumas was the Tom Clancy of his age.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Was he? Well, did he write a lot of books?
He wrote a lot.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Hi, Brandy.
Hey, Brandy.
Hey, Brandy.
Hello, Brandy. I can't see the comments.
Oh, you can't?
I can see when you pop up the comment on the below, but other than that, I can't see anything because of my phone.
Oh, yeah, because you're on phone. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to pop them all up, or as many as I can.
Hey, Gareth.
Hey, Gareth.
Hey, Gareth.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. We're starting to get quite a few of our members in, and in just a little bit, we'll do the
Who wants to see a cat?
Me. You ever have to ask that question?
Okay. He decided I don't want to be on this video.
Okay.
Fine then.
He was down there looking at me like, pick me up, and then what he really wants me to do is chase him around the room and play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Link was in here at first, and then he started standing at the door, and we're like, never mind. Well, we'll just let him go today.
No, he's over in his bed.
Oh,
now.
He's in his bed?
Yeah, I brought him back in. I'd probably have to drag him bodily out from under the desk. And
okay.
He'd give me the stink eye the whole time.
Yeah, he probably would.
Because he loves me.
So, Crystal, what is your channel, and what do you read over there, and what kind of videos do you do?
All right, yeah, I'm Crystal. My channel is Fiberartsy, and I do read a lot of horror, but I read pretty broadly also. A lot of science fiction and some fantasy and all kinds of bits and bobs, really. So I guess I kind of do your kind of standard booktube fare TBR and wrap-ups and the occasional tag and book chats, like single book chats. Yeah.
We haven't done a tag in a long time.
No, we haven't done tags in a long time. We really want to, but they're hard. It's hard for us to get together and get the tags together.
Because we suck.
Yeah, we're kind of bad at them.
Yeah.
So Greg, what about you?
I'm a lot the same. I do some wrap-ups, some tags. Some individual book group, not book group, individual book reviews. But I found those don't do very well. For whatever reason. And I'm trying to figure out how to spice up my channel because it's sort of sitting out there, limbo, not growing too hard. So got to think of some interesting things. I'm thinking of starting a strong opinions video every week and talk
Oh,
about unusual subjects or contentious subjects and just see if it gets some interest or people run away. I don't know.
I'm here for it. I have some strong opinions.
yeah, I have some strong opinions, but I I think I voiced them a little too strongly there for a while and pissed a couple people off. But
Yeah, I did one on a political subject and lost a couple of subscribers just from that one.
oh, okay,
Well, yeah.
yeah, that'll
Let's
happen.
say, give it a go. You gotta,
Yeah, why
sometimes
not?
you just gotta try stuff out and see if see if it
Well,
sticks.
I think this book that we picked for this month is going to be a subject that I want to talk about. Not necessarily the book, but the fact that it's a young adult book, and I'm pushing 60. And why am I reading the book for teenagers?
Oh,
Well,
there's good stuff out there.
I think there are some really good ones out there, but and I'm fine with them until I watch a channel of someone who is 50 years old and only reads YA. I don't understand that, but I don't know. I think there's good middle grade, and actually, I think a lot of the middle grade stuff is much stronger than a lot of the YA stuff. It kind of seems to know what it is, whereas a lot of the YA stuff kind of struggles with, in my opinion, with identity. It doesn't know if it wants to write for adults. It doesn't know if it wants to write for kids. It just doesn't know.
People like what they like. It don't bother me.
I'm looking at Gareth said something. I'm trying to look at the text. It's a little small on my screen.
Casey Greg, I'll never forget you saying, if a book is made into a film, it must be a crap book. That made me giggle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've barely gotten started on this book. I think it started. I like the way it started. But I just haven't gotten far enough into it to have an opinion one way or the other yet. But I know some of our non-booktube, our non-creator people that are in the book club, who are taking part in the book club, have finished it already too. So I think that's really cool. I'm glad we have some people outside of booktube, outside of the creators who are actually doing this with us. That's
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Is there a place they can communicate?
Yeah,
with us?
Discord. We have a Discord, and I will actually put an invite to the Discord down in the notes when this comes up.
I think that'd be a good idea, just because throw ideas out and talk to everyone about it, and not just everything on Voxer, just the core group. So excellent.
Right. Yeah, Crystal, I see you've been pretty active over there on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just try to pop in and say hey to people that are coming in. Because definitely a few people have come in and I think interested in reading the book or interested in seeing what's coming up, to see if there's something that they're interested in down the road,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that a lot. And we may even have like a, every now and then, not often, but every now and then have a non-creator pick or something, where we might even have one of the people on with us or something. I think that'd
be fun. Have like a guest picker.
Yeah. Yep. I think that'd be fun too. And and Gareth says the confusion with YA authors and identity might be that those books are trying to appeal to both audiences.
I think he makes a good point. It's kind of hard to pinpoint what's going to be appropriate for that age group, because they're just getting to the point that they're ready for really, really heavy subjects, but you don't want to go too heavy because they're young adults.
Yeah.
But I think it makes sense to me.
You see, I'm the exact opposite. I picked up H.P. Lovecraft in 6th grade, And I guess he would be considered an adult author. And
Yeah.
I just sort of never, I mean, this, of course, was, must have been the 70s. And I know the teacher was trying to push younger books on me.
Mm.
Like she handpicked a book for me about some little boy on a Wagons West adventure. And you can't compete that kind of book with Lovecraft and science fiction. So
Right.
I never had that period where I actually read books for younger people.
Well, I think that's the case with a lot of people who are against the whole young adult genre, like people who are reading it at 11 and 12 years old. It's the folks who are reading well out of their age range very, very early who are usually against it.
Well, when Greg and I and like Sean, hey Sean, when we were kids, young adult was not even a.
It didn't exist.
Really.
It wasn't as prevalent. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they had books, but it really was not marketed, and it was just kept in a children's section.
Well, but then you have series like the Belgaria that are very obviously written in a young adult style. They weren't touted as young adult, but they're still obviously young adult in nature.
Well, I wonder though if that was more just.
I think it's bad writing on the part of David Eddings. Oh, the gods will smite you down.
No, I wasn't going to go that far, but just his style. I mean, maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know.
Yeah, young adult is a post-Twilight thing.
Yeah.
Another commenter, Helen.
Yeah. Hey, Helen. Helen's been a. Do you know Helen, Crystal?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, Helen has been a long time watcher and supporter of our channel, and
awesome.
we really appreciate when she comes along.
We love us some Helen.
Yep. Yeah. I agree. Modern young adult is a post-Twilight thing.
But even if you think about 90s, you had some.
I thought it was a post Harry Potter. I thought Harry
stuff.
Potter just sort of kicked it into overdrive.
Well, the first couple of Harry Potter books were actually I would say a little younger than young adult.
Well, they aged if you think about it.
They did.
The first couple were very, very pretty well middle grade books, but when you got to the Deathly Hallows books, they were firmly young adult, edging into adult themes.
Yeah. Yeah, which I found interesting. I actually liked it.
I appreciate it because a lot of people who read those books aged with the books.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think like the horror, like YA from like the 90s though too. That was kind of a big thing for a lot of horror readers reading, point horror books and Christopher Pike's, Fear Streets,
Yeah, Christopher Pike is who I was gonna talk about. I have a friend.
I destroyed some R.L. Stein.
Fear Street. Yeah.
Yeah, Christopher Pike. I have a friend who just rediscovered Christopher Pike, and she's in her 40s, and she read him a lot when she was younger. She's my age. She read him a lot when she was younger, and she just rediscovered him. And for people who are nostalgic, I think that's a great thing. I am not nostalgic. I don't want anything from back there back.
See, I have fun reading like Fear Street books now because I know it's just going to be a pure fun time, something to read between some harder, more serious books or something,
Yeah.
That's why that's kind of why I think it's easy to not YA, but I think there's merit, and I'll give anything a try, basically.
What's interesting, in our local Barnes & Noble, the YA section is the second biggest section in the entire store. The largest section is just general fiction. And then YA is huge. You have like 4 or 5 aisles of YA books.
They have fantastic covers. They really do. They have the prettiest covers the
Yeah.
young adult books do.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep, they pull you in for sure.
Yeah, you're right, Gareth. They are teen books for the most part. And uh, Harry Potter, the first couple they were actually before they were preteen books.
Yeah.
I think I think they were very well done. I actually liked the early books quite a bit. But
I haven't heard of that.
I don't know about that,
Mm-mm.
Gareth. I don't know. I don't really know.
I don't think so.
Yeah. But yeah, YA is a huge market, which is why I assumed this month's book would have been in that section. Yeah. So, yeah, to get back to the book club,
Yes.
we have some great choices. I mean, some great choices, and they're all over the map in science fiction. We have hard science fiction.
Mhm.
We have
And there's some humorous
some
stuff like that.
some YA. There may be some humorous science fiction. We have science fantasy. One of the books I'm really excited about reading. If it's not chosen soon, I'm going to read it anyway. But hope But yeah. So this is going to be a cool pick. We wanted to
We got
do
some
this.
space opera.
What's that?
We got some
Yeah.
space opera on our list.
Oh yeah, there's some space opera on our list. I won't toot my own horn, but yeah, space opera. Yeah, I love a good space opera story.
Yeah, me too. And I don't read enough of it, so.
Yeah, I don't either. Usually
Yeah.
when I go with science fiction, I go with something a little different than space opera. The space opera
Mhm.
books, a lot of them tend to be a little longer.
Yeah.
So
And are
Maybe
you talking like Peter F. Hamilton at Space Opera?
yeah, Peter F. Hamilton, C.J. Cherry, Werner Vinge, some of those guys. So yeah, Peter F.
Stuff in
Hamilton.
space.
Yeah, Peter F. Hamilton is probably writing the longest science fiction books. There's the cat.
He's Bella.
Bella? Oh, that's right. Yeah, pretty
I have
cats.
4 cats.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have 2 dogs in this house that wouldn't have cats.
We wouldn't have cats for long.
Yeah, we wouldn't have cats for long.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think are you ready to go ahead and choose one?
I'm ready. We're pulling for those who haven't seen yet, we're pulling our
All right.
book selection out of this lovely hat that Scott made. You ready?
Yep.
Are you ready? Everybody's ready. All right. So this is for February.
Yeah, this is a February pick.
And it's Blind Sight by Peter Watts.
Whoa. Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah. I've read Starfish by Peter Watts, and it is some hard sci-fi. It is
It's
some
been
hard.
sitting on my shelf, and now I can read it.
Now,
And this-
Blind Sight, I think I've read it before. That's the one with the vampire in space.
Yes.
I don't really remember.
I think that's the one.
Yes,
Okay, yeah, I
vampires.
haven't read this
Mhm.
one, but this was chosen by Nathan.
Good
Man.
job, Nathan.
Yeah.
Nathan's not here. Too bad.
I know.
I know. I have to tell him, but well, he hasn't said anything. But yeah, that's cool. That's one of them I was really excited about, and that is probably going to be, out of everything that's chosen, the hardest science fiction book out of all of them that we have in the hat right now.
Are you sure about the hardest? I know. I know of at least one other hard science fiction book in there.
Yeah, maybe not.
Well, I'm going, like we did last month, I'm going to go ahead and read the synopsis,
Yeah, go ahead.
and everybody can decide.
Well, you're going to read all that?
That's the synopsis.
Well, that's probably going to give you spoilers. Damn, that is long.
Well, it is hard sci-fi. They have to explain something.
Well, this
Yeah,
is shorter on my back. If you want me, I can read this. Is it
Yeah,
shorter?
sure.
Me
Please.
too. Bring it on.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be great.
All right. So 2 months since the stars fell, 2 months ago, innumerable alien objects surrounded Earth, screaming as they burned their way into our atmosphere. The heavens have been silent since. Now, though, a derelict space probe has heard whispers from a distant comet. Something talks out there, but not to us. Who should be sent to find out? Send a linguist with a multiple personality disorder and a cyborg biologist who can't feel his own flesh. Send a pacifist warrior and a vampire resurrected by the voodoo of paleogenetics. Send a man missing half his mind since childhood and pray they can be trusted with the fate of the world, because they may be more alien than the thing they've been sent to find. Sounds
Awesome.
amazing.
Awesome.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I've heard
it
such
does.
good things about this book.
Does. And Starfish was great too. I think Blindsight was his first book, and Starfish was maybe third or something like that. But man,
Let's see.
he is a great writer, and he actually started self-publishing. He was a self-published author for quite a while before he was ever discovered and by a publisher. So I think that's pretty cool. He's one of the self-publishing success stories, Peter Watts.
Same for me, Brandy. Probably from Rachel's channel, because she loves it so much.
There was a story about Peter Watts about 10 years ago, and he was visiting. He's a Canadian author, and this was he was crossing the border from the U.S. to Canada, and he got into some altercation with the border guards, and he got banned from the U.S. for like 10 or 20 years. He couldn't cross back over.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I didn't know anything about that.
And he's like, I think he got out of his car and stood up. That was his crime.
Oh, what a rebel.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, he definitely writes some pretty hard science fiction, even though it sounds kind of fantastic. And well, science fiction is fantastic. I mean, let's just face it, even the hard stuff. But Nathan, did you miss the draw? Because I can show you what it is real quick if you want to see it. But yeah, but he has a way of writing it very scientifically, but very interesting at the same time. Peter Watts is different, and I think he's great. I mean, I've only read Starfish, but I love what I've read so far. But Nathan, in case you didn't see, let's see if you can see this. That is what was chosen. So yeah, I hope you saw that.
If not, Crystal has the book.
Yeah.
Oh, show it again. Oh, Vanna White it again.
There we go.
There it is.
Oh, it's like...
But Greg, you have read Blindside? Have you read anything?
I have read Blindside, but I read it more than 10 years ago.
Okay.
So any sort of memory is basically gone.
Okay.
And I still have the ebook. The ebook at one time was free.
Yes, it was.
This was like 2008 when the authors were really pushing ebooks as free content to get you to buy their paperback books.
Yeah.
And I have probably 3 or 4 Peter Watts books as these free ebooks that I collected from way back then. And I read it back then, but I said, I don't have much of a memory. But I still have a bunch of his books on a disk drive somewhere in my house.
Okay, yeah. I probably have Blindside. Nathan, you have to know what Blindside is because you're the one that chose it. Yeah, you're awful, Nathan.
Terrible.
Just a horrible person. So Sean, yeah, I think hopefully you can get a pretty decent
Hey, Sean, and I'm
Yes.
with you. I don't think Sean does ebooks, but I'll find my ebook. I'll have to look at the copyright page, but a lot of these older ones say free to distribute but not sell.
Oh,
So I don't want to start making promises, but I'll check the copyright page on that. And I
cool.
don't think it expires.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't know that was ever a thing. That's pretty cool.
I have. Do you remember David Weber?
Yes.
He wrote the Honor Harrington.
Yes.
At one time, when you bought a hardcover book of David Weber, it came with a CD of the Bean books, just a whole bunch of free ebooks.
Oh, wait a minute. I remember that. I remember that.
And on the disc it says free to distribute but not to sell.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I actually had that. I had that. It had like 50 books on it or something.
It has a lot of books. I still have one.
Okay. Yeah, because I actually read the first book of the Honor Harrington series on that CD.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, you know, that was pretty smart. You know, these guys that had 5 or 6 books in a series at least, and then released the first one for free. That's smart. And some people actually still do that, especially Kindle books. They
Yeah.
will they'll release the first one or two, or the first one for free, the second one for $2.99, and then the rest of them you're going to pay
Well,
full
it's
price.
like the drug dealers on the street. First hit is free.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep them coming back.
Mhm.
Hey, Ian. Yeah, that may be in your library. I don't
know. I just said I will go track it down, and I said I will follow the copyright advice on the ebook, and if it, yeah, Sean says no ebook. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I thought, but
Yeah, he has trouble. He has an eye condition that makes it look strange to him to read ebooks.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I would hate that because I love reading ebooks. I read ebooks a lot faster. Greg, do you read more ebooks than paperback books these days?
it's about equally distributed.
Okay. Mine's
I do read a lot of ebooks.
Yeah. Mine's about 70-30, something like 70-30 ebooks.
I think I'm a little more on ebooks than paper books, but over the past year, it's sort of been shifting back to paper a bit.
Okay. Crystal, what about you? And ebooks?
Probably read more physical books, but I do read a lot of ebooks, and I do a lot of audiobooks too.
Okay.
Yeah, I do a lot of audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm actually doing the Count of Monte Cristo, partially reading it and partially audiobook, because I can do audiobook during the day and I can read it at night. So, and let me tell you, anybody who's interested, you may not be interested at all, but a couple of us in here are reading the Count of Monte Cristo, and I'm the translation on that does not make as big a difference as I thought it would. It's very close. The Robin
No, are
Buss,
you reading two different translations?
yeah, yep.
Okay.
The Robin Buss translation, and then the translation that was done right before the Robin Buss translation. I don't even know what year, but they are so close that I'm not missing anything. So,
Well, I don't know which one it is. Some of the older translations, I am told, the translators decided to leave some things out because they thought it'd be inappropriate for a British audience.
really?
Well, the thing is, Dumas was French, and the French are pretty open. And in the Count of Monte Cristo, there are indications that 2 of the women characters are actually lesbians.
Oh, interesting.
But when the translator got to that scene, he just says, well, I'm just going to leave out that sentence that sort of indicates that they're lesbians because a British lady would not want to know that.
Oh, huh. Well, that's
Hmm.
interesting.
It is.
Yeah, we'll have to look for that as we're reading. Yeah, we're both reading it. So
Well, when
But-
you get to you'll get to the section and they're talking about two women together, and you said, "Well, wonder what sentence was left out there."
yeah, okay, all right. We'll look out for that.
Yeah,
That'll be
no kidding.
interesting. But yeah, we're loving it. But
Not sure why it's so expensive, Garrett. But
yeah, I don't know either. You want to look at Amazon real quick and see how much it is here?
It's,
Oh, there it is.
yeah, it's $19.
Yeah, it's $19 here on
It's 115 in hardcore.
yeah, in
hardcover.
hardcover, $115. But it's still in print, so I don't know. Even the used copy is $18. But we'll try to find a decent like book depository may have a copy, and maybe you can catch one on sale there.
I was trying to see if Scribd had it, but it's being a butt.
Okay. Yeah, let me see.
Because it don't
well, like Brandy mentioned, I know I got my copy also on Book Outlet.
Oh, you did?
Don't know if they still have anymore, of course, because the stuff comes and goes there. But
Okay.
Well, also, Sean is in England, so
yeah, I don't. Yeah, but if you're here in like the U.S.
Well,
or
thing is-
Canada,
go ahead.
I understand if you're in the U.S. or Canada, you may want to just check Book Outlet, see if they got any copies
Yeah.
left. I'll probably
Yeah.
pay $6, $7, $8 for it or whatever.
Yeah. Let
And I
me
know
see.
shipping to England is like $20.
It's on Audible for those of you who subscribe.
And it is the audio book and the ebook are on Scribd. So if you're a member of Scribd, if you're not, hit me up. I might be able to help you out with that. So if anybody wants to read the ebook or listen to the audiobook. Wow, Brandy, that's a great deal. Paid $5 for it. Sean, I'll see what I can do. I might be able to, I don't know, find something and send it to you. I'll see what I can do. Since you don't get to go to the library. I know you don't go to the libraries and stuff. So yeah, I'll see if I can find one and get it to you. But yeah, I'm excited about Blindside. That sounds really good. I wonder if that's something that they could actually do a movie of. Anything by Peter Watts. I think it'd be very difficult.
Well, the back describes it as being filled with chock full of ideas, and yeah, my brain turned off.
Hey, Mindy.
Hey, Mindy.
So, Mindy, you just got here. The book that was chosen was Blindside by Peter Watts. So, if you want to read that with us in February,
Vampire in Space.
Yeah, the more the merrier. Where the people we get are concerned who wants to read these books.
Yeah, no kidding. I discovered that that to be the case when we were reading Perdido Street Station.
Yeah.
The more the merrier. You had talked me off a ledge a couple of times.
Yeah, Greg or Crystal, have you read Perdido Street Station?
I
Not
have.
yet.
Ooh,
It's on the list.
that's a great read.
It is.
The
I
list
mean,
just gets longer and longer.
China Medieval has some very good books. I think my favorite is Embassy Town or Embassyville.
Oh yeah, Embassy Town.
Embassy Town. That's a science fiction, and it's just wild.
Okay, I have that book. I need to read that.
It's. I listened to the audiobook, and it's not a spoiler, but there are aliens who speak in two voices. And in the print, you'll see the quotation, as I remember, 2 lines of text as the two voices are speaking. And then the audiobook, they just sort of dub 2 voices speaking at the same time. So
Very interesting.
it's really interesting. It's unfortunate. I don't think he's published anything in a number of years.
I don't think he has either. I haven't seen anything because I know if he were to publish something, it would be on the bestseller shelves, or I would think.
If he published something, I'd probably buy it and just right away.
Yeah, we loved Perdido, or I love Perdido Street Station.
Perdido Street Station was absolutely agony for
It
me.
it affected her in a big way, which is what it's which is what it sets out to do. Because it's got some really depressing stuff in it and some really graphic stuff in it, but I loved it.
I think that's where I differ from readers. I'm sitting there just absolutely in tears, upset, and everybody's like, "That's what you're supposed to be feeling." And I'm like, "Well, I don't care. I still don't like feeling that."
And I love the darker the better.
Have you read the follow-ups to Peter that Street Station?
No, I have not.
Neither have I. And I at this point I should probably reread Peter Street Station and then go on to the other ones.
Yeah, Perdido Street Station was probably a top 25 book for me. I loved it that much. So I don't know why I haven't read the rest. I guess it's because we really enjoy yeah, that's cool. That's cool, Mindy. I guess it's because we really enjoy group reads for some of that kind of stuff. And we read the first one as a group, so maybe I would like to read the next couple as a group, something like that. But yeah, that I definitely want to read those. Yeah, Mindy. It is on Scribd. The audiobook and the ebook are on Scribd, so that's very cool. Kind of surprised considering they're that expensive on Amazon. Usually, if something has a premium price on it, they don't put it on Scribd for some reason. I don't know why that is, but Matt said he has read them. They're good as well, but more politics.
Too much for me. Wait,
more explanation of the continent. Yeah, when we leave here today, we're actually headed to Half Price Books. We're going to Half Price Books in Marietta, Georgia.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, we don't get to do that kind of stuff much anymore. We just don't have time, but we're excited to do that today. Do you have any Half Price Books where you are, either one of you?
I don't. I have no good bookstores anywhere near me. We have a Barnes and Noble, but it's just full of very popular, very contemporary books.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we're lucky about 45 minutes away. We can get to a Barnes and Noble that is just massive and has everything. So we're very lucky in that. But
so you're kind of close to Atlanta then?
We are
45 miles.
Yeah, 45, 50 miles from Atlanta. I used to have to drive there for work every day.
Yeah, I'm about 60 miles from Washington, D.C. But to drive there takes, with traffic, about an hour and a half. And then last I went to a bookstore, I spent a half an hour looking for a parking space.
No.
So that's 2 hours to get, door to door.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, tough.
And Brandy loves that store. Brandy, you mean Barnes and Noble? Yeah, we are, Mindy. Are you on Discord? I think you are. I don't remember who all is on Discord. I'm trying to keep up over there and the Voxer and everything going on here, so it kind of slips my mind. But yeah, if you're not, we are leaving a link to the Discord. Oh, Half Price Books. Yeah, we are headed. Yeah, Gareth, I'll put the link to the Discord below this one, or you can go back to last month's pick too, and I believe I put it under that video. If I didn't, I'll send it to you. Or even if I did, I'll send it to you as soon as we get off here, or when we get back tonight.
Hey, Link.
There he is. There's that boy.
Yeah.
He's going to be 13 this year. This little guy. He's a good little boy. He's good to us. He's good to us, and he's good to Becky's family. He's not really good to anybody else.
Doesn't seem to like most people or other dogs. He's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cool, Nathan. I'm just getting started on it. So if you want to get on the Discord and talk on the Voxer, either way is fine. Yeah, that's cool, Gareth. He is 13 and he is adorable. All right, Mindy. I'll tell you what. I'll send it to you on Voxer, Mindy. That way you won't have to look for it.
We're going to put the Discord link at the end of this video.
Yeah, I know, but this video won't be up for a little while, so I can go ahead and send on Voxer while we're on our way to Half Price Books.
Okie dokie. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Well, does anybody else have anything
they wish to discuss?
No.
All right. So if you're not subscribed to either one of these people, it's Crystal from Fiberartsy. I think we probably all are, but just in case. And Greg is at Another Bibliophile Reads. They're both awesome channels. Love them both. Try to watch everything that they come out with. I'm sure we miss something now and then, but we try.
It's hard to keep up with everybody.
It's really hard to keep up with everybody.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you try to keep up with Steve Donahue, then you don't have time to keep up with anybody else.
Exactly.
That's true.
But yeah, this is going to be a fun month. I mean, February is going to be a fun month. I'm really excited about that book. I think it's going to bring up a lot of discussion. I really do, because Peter Watts is unique, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
Well, thank you everybody for stopping by.
Yes, thanks everyone.
Yep, and we will talk to you all soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Have fun today.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.